suggests that the importance of market bubbles has less to do with the economics of idiocy and more to do with the social structures that encourage their growth. The hallmark of tulip mania reappeared only a few years ago with the arrival of NFTs. Non-fungible tokens were a relatively simple technology for tracking ownership of digital assets, but financial speculation had transformed them into a $40 billion industry, anchoring the broader $3 trillion market for cryptocurrencies in the prestigious art world. That relationship between cultural producers and the market seemed to afford NFTs another layer of value. But how special were these digital tulips? And what made them such powerful economic tools? Years earlier, a relatively small collection of digital artists and tech entrepreneurs had conspired to improve the internet through blockchain technology. The original pitch was simple. NFTs could solve two fundamental problems with the online economy by recording transactions for digital goods and providing creators with access to resale royalties. Then it somehow morphed into an ideology of cultural renaissance and economic revolt. NFTs were about creating a decentralized society where users traded digital artworks like money, and about bankrupting the toxic business model of social media platforms that siphoned their personal data for profit. And, finally, NFTs reached their apotheosis as icons of an inscrutable religion. This last metamorphosis into babble, investors ranting online about how their digital collectibles had transformed them into human gods, demonstrated the full psychological tilt of speculation. Had the 21st century simply replaced tulip bulbs with another arbitrary form of investment? Most critics said yes. It seemed obvious that the cartoons of bored apes and pixelated punks that were being traded for millions of dollars would soon wilt like the Dutch flowers. However, closer inspection revealed an elaborate financial system being developed through NFTs, which sought to capture the volatility of tulip mania, combine it with the economic potential of the art market, and create a perpetual money machine. It was a moonshot gamble by the millennials who dominated the digital world, looking to recapture a sense of the financial security that had disappeared in the years following the 2008 financial crisis when they were young. A similar anxiety pervaded the Amsterdam of tulip mania, where an artist named Rembrandt Harmensen van Rijn walked among the wretched of Holland. He carried around his copperplate like a sketchbook, tracing the anxious anatomies of Amsterdam's vagrants with baggy clothes and hunched backs. His fortunes rose alongside the tulips, which marked the beginning of his own personal renaissance, when he could afford to purchase a family home in the city center. Rembrandt etched himself into the costume of beggars, replacing their features with his own unmistakably broad nose and frizzy hair. Those self-portraits seemed to foreshadow his later years of financial ruin, and history would remember this older version of the painter, who defaulted on his mortgage payments and brought ruin upon himself. Through his fascination with poverty, Rembrandt was summoning a pathology that has been stubbornly ingrained in the cultural subconscious for centuries. He was drawing upon the paradoxical realities of pursuing an artistic life in the 17th century, which, as today, required artists to operate between the extremities of wealth and poverty. The decisions of a few powerful patrons could make or break careers, and the debt required to become a certified, professional artist was immense. That made an artist like Rembrandt, someone unwilling to ingratiate himself to clients, often declining their requests for better chins and bigger hands, especially vulnerable to the pitfalls of pursuing creative genius. Cruelty bookended his career, separated by midlife accomplishments like his 1642 painting, The Night Watch, which featured members of a civic militia responsible for patrolling Amsterdam's streets, a group that likely cleared the alleyways and canals of the beggars whom the artist once sketched. Rembrandt shot into the stratosphere of European society after The Night Watch. He could have lived comfortably on the acclaim and commissions, but the artist had a money problem. Rembrandt liked spending.